As you can tell from the outfit I've chosen to wear today, this is not going to be anywhere near as serious as you might think it might be. That makes sense. Anyway, we are going to be covering two subjects today. The first one I touched upon briefly on Thursday, and as more has developed since then, it amused me enough anyway. Along with an article I stumbled across on Instagram, which was actually true, I think I chose the right outfit. So, we're first of all going to be touching upon TeePublic, who I used to use for merchandise, t-shirts mostly, but I'm no longer going to be using them. I have in fact got a design being made currently, with the sole purpose of it being to go on a t-shirt, but it will not be with them, it will be with Teespring again. Teespring had an issue last year where they weren't paying out creators on time. They were taking weeks. I think it was 5 weeks for me. It was quite irritating. TeePublic were okay, but the email exchange, yeah, no, you haven't earned my respect. Not enough to go back to anyway. The first email that I showed everyone: Dear Omegon, this is to notify you that as a result of a violation of our terms and conditions, we have removed or disabled access to the material that appeared at my store page, and have deleted your account. Whoo, lad, that is quite the leap. To simply go from a violation of your terms to just deleting. Other places will at least give you a strike, or a chance to know what you did wrong before you acted upon it. But you haven't done that. So when I first received this, I trawled through your terms, and the nearest I could find was the reference to intellectual property, which is what had me wonder, because there are only two designs on that store page, the first one being simply my Judge Moist outfit, so I had wondered maybe if somebody had claimed the Judge Dredd theme as someone else's intellectual property. The other one, which is actually quite popular, was my Charmander onesie avatar, and somebody had mentioned to me, and it reminded me especially of Repsion having issues with Nintendo, but I decided to nix that one because I felt that if that was the case, they would have had to go through all the eBay sellers that sell Charmander onesies and just claim copyright on them as well. I say eBay specifically because that's where I believe I got mine from. Even though it was a gift to me, I think it came from a store on eBay. And yes, I have a Charmander onesie. I also have a Stitch one, but I'm still waiting for Christina to do something about that. Anyway, on the screen now is the intellectual property reference, and this is what I was thinking it might be, but I got a reply to an email. I did reply to them, by the way. I took the opportunity to tell them what I thought, and as far as I was concerned, it had to be pretty clear. So my reply was, which design? The avatar is one of my creation. I paid for it, and all costumes are 100% custom drawn, so please tell me how I managed to violate your terms. You need to specify, as your email is not exactly clear and you deleted my account without even so much as warning. I English well, as you can clearly tell. Anyway, the reply from them is, thank you for reaching out, and there was actually something extremely suspicious with a couple of accounts including yours and external linking. We found the problem though, and your account is now re-enabled. Sorry about this miscommunication, and please let me know if you have any other questions. Well, here is the only question I have, because I cannot be bothered to reach out to you anymore. Do you really think I'm going to trust you when you're so willing to delete an account like that? Not that I made much money from you to begin with, but at the same time, I'm not willing to take any designs that are being made specifically for shirts, to then have you simply take the account away. I'm far too lazy to be wasting my time writing emails to you because you fucked up. So I've re-enabled my Teespring account anyway, and hopefully the new design that Christina really should have finished on Thursday, but she hasn't, she will be dealt with accordingly for that, will be linked in the description. If you want to support this channel, by all means buy one of those t-shirts. It's not compulsory though, so don't worry. Now on to the second thing. Oh, this one made me chuckle. So on Instagram I saw a picture of something and I thought it was a joke. It's from Breitbart. But after a little digging, I found the actual article. From the Dunfermline Press, a man is in court for having a potato peeler in a public place. You fucking what, mate? I thought this was a joke. I actually believed what I was reading was a joke. I thought there is no way the news could get any worse than it already is in this country. I didn't think the justice system in this United Kingdom could get any more embarrassing. But yeah, it actually happened. So let's have a little look at this article, because this is classy. A man ended up behind bars after being found in a Dunfermline street with an offensive weapon, a potato peeler. Scott Walker of the James Bank Hostel, James Street, appeared from custody at Dunfermline Sheriff Court. He admitted that on Saturday in Apin Crescent, a public place no less, he was in possession of an object that which had a blade or was sharply pointed, namely a potato peeler. His defense solicitor has said that her client suffers from significant learning difficulties which have been lifelong. I'm sorry, regardless of learning difficulties, This man is in court for wielding the mighty. Like, this thing should be on par with Excalibur, right? Potato peeler. I mean, he's going to torture his victims. What he's going to do, he's going to pin them down, and he's going to peel their skin, because he wants to make sure that he's got all that skin to put in the compost. Now, I took the liberty of looking at Nightflaw, because I have done this before in a video, and I went through all the weapons that were listed as illegal, with our country clamping down on imports for blades, including swords, and London clamping down especially in the face of increased knife crime. Of course, that's not going to deter people from using knives because they're already willing to commit the crime in the first place. They're just going to keep doing it. But on this list of all those deadly weapons, I didn't see anything really that could indicate for even a second that a potato peeler was even regarded as a deadly weapon. Now, if the potato peeler was like the one my mother used when I was a child, which she just used a knife and had it cut towards her thumb, then maybe, yeah, that's a knife. But if it's one of any of the selection I'm going to put on the screen now, I'm not convinced that it's actually a crime. Was he walking down the street chasing people, brandishing it, maybe shouting, "I'm gonna peel you!" Because that's all I can use these days to kill people slowly. I just can't see how, for even a second, you have a leg to stand on Scotland. You're enough of an embarrassment as it is. This does not help you. I actually thought this was an April Fool's joke at one point. But it turns out, no, it's not. It's actually from the 1st of May. If it is an April Fool's thing, by the way, you're a month late. Even hipsters aren't that stupid to do it ironically late. No. Now, with this case, in all seriousness, it does set a bit of a precedent. And with people, the police, taking to Twitter especially, to showcase some of the deadly weapons they've had handed in, including gardening tools, you do start to wonder just what else could be handed in. I'm looking around my studio here, and I'm looking and I see my acoustic panel here has metal backing. That could be used to, I don't know, concerto someone. There's a monkey teddy on my shelf. It has Velcro. I could scratch someone with one of those, well, half of it. I have Dumbledore's wand on a shelf as well. I honestly, if I was a little bit shorter, that would be a javelin, right? Let's keep looking around. I have guitars. I can garrote people with the strings. I have a minion snapback hat. Okay, no, I can't do anything with that. It's just a fashion faux pas, really. But I get the feeling it's going to get to the point, it's going to continue progressing like this, where every kind of weapon, or anything innocuous enough, could be regarded as a weapon, including my mouse. Hell, even the microphone I use. It's quite a solid weight. It could be used to club someone. It'd probably break before then, but at that point, do you really care? I have some Warhammer in cases behind me. I mean, I could jam that down someone's throat. Or, if they're into it, up their urethra. Nothing like a little sadomasochism. I hope my attempts at reductio ad absurdum have made the point quite clear. It doesn't matter what the man has mentally. It's a potato peeler. Our country has enough of a problem treating the good guys like criminals, and the bad guys like they're the good guys. Do you really want to start prosecuting the totally and utterly harmless? Now, of course, this article isn't exactly rife with details, providing additional context. If he had actually attempted to cut someone with it, I can understand there being some criminal charges there. But for now, I think we have to go on the assumption that this is just completely and utterly ridiculous and embarrassing to our entire nation, our glorious United Kingdom. At some point, we really should talk about severings with Scotland. They're really starting to embarrass us now. Anyway, I hope that was all rather enjoyable for you. I hope all of you have a lovely day, and thank you all very much for listening.
Omegon, I'm going to batter your prostate.
Oh, and one final thing before we finish. By popular demand, I'm going to start using my old outro again, which I believe just about pushes this video over 10 minutes, so yay for ads. I don't get ads. Often. One other thing, I have a couple of videos in the works. I'm not apologizing for Discord anymore, I'm sick of it. I keep turning it off, muting it, it doesn't work. I have a video on House of Lords coming out hopefully tomorrow or on Tuesday. And also an article about Protein World, because they've resurfaced. Yeah, that's it. Laters.